YouTube and Twitch, what's up? We are at the point where our current round of regionals is completed. The August regionals are completed. You know what that means? It means it's time to actually talk about the meta and talk about the decks that topped and see what exactly we're looking at. What can we look forward to for any September events? We're going to talk about everything here, and I have everything in my Google Sheets and my Google Slides. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and the notification bell to smash potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing YouTube videos are uploaded. And come follow me on Twitch, because this is where all this content is made sometimes. Sometimes. Without further ado, let's switch screens and get going here. Alright, so as you guys can see, we have the 16 decks from Top Cut Regionals, which was the first one. This top 16 from the Carta Regionals, which was the second one. And the top 16 decks from the TAC Regionals that just completed. By the way, big shout out to Top Cut, Carta, and TAC for producing and providing all this information. Actually makes life easier. In this video, we're not going to talk about specific deck profiles per se, we're just looking at the raw numbers today, the data, the trends, and how we can use the trends to our advantage to actually make smart, educated, big boy, 5,000 IQ decisions. That's what we're doing today. We're going to bring your attention here to start over here. Our totals, which you can also see in this lovely pie chart that I made. Who doesn't love a lovely pie, eh? Pie's delicious, by the way. Give me an apple pie, seriously. So out of 48 decks, 18 of them were a Lord Nightmon variant, which definitely shows that Lord Nightmon is tier 1, right? I don't think anyone can dispute that. And most of the variants were regular Lord Nightmon slash variants. Some of them had Mastamons. And that's basically it. Lord Nightmon is all about making a big board, killing things through DP reduction. It's just a very powerful deck. So it makes sense that it's tier 1. The second most represented deck in the top 16 of all these regionals, Yellow-Green Rookie Rush, with 7 spots out of 48 decks. You know, that's not bad. That's 14.6%. That's 1 out of 7. Yellow-Green Rookie Rush is just really freaking aggressive, and it's got DP reduction through Starmons now and Spiral Masquerade. And checking Spiral Masquerade and Security when you have a big board feels orgasmic, for lack of a better word. So yeah, it makes doesn't make any sense how Yellow-Green Rush didn't top the first time. Because Top Cut Regionals, the very first one, not a single Rookie Rush in top 16. But over here we had Rookie Rush, Rookie Rush, Rookie Rush, and then it kind of just went off the rails here at the TAC Regionals. That's just really good, right? So how Rookie Rush. Next up here is Security Control, taking 5 spots, and then shout out to the one random Mega Zoo Control player playing a Ragna engine or whatever. But yeah, Security Control, again, completely absent from the first Regionals, but popped up in the second Regionals and a little bit in the third one. Security Control plays different options that check in security to kind of address the meta, right? They have new tools this set in the form of Transcendent Sword, Ultimate Flare, and Omnimon's Ward Defeat. All of them are incredible. It's kind of what it is. So Security Control, I think it's tier 1. I don't think it's going anywhere. That's just unfortunate, because not a lot of people like Security Control. Kind of Pepega, but that's okay, no biggie. Next up, taking the 4th most represented spot was Green Control at 5 spots. And Green OTK was right behind it. But Green Control is playing Reflegiamons, and I believe all of those variants, except for one, or maybe all of them, they also played Reflegia and Grand Kuwaga and Nidhogg. So they were splitting the difference with all of them. And the point of this Green Control deck is just basically to slow down your opponent and control their board, eliminate their board, prevent them from attacking. And that's really it. So it had a little sprinkle here in every single regional. Green Control's not bad. Green's still here. Green's good when it doesn't brick. If it bricks, you're done. You're toast. Game over. Taking a break from Green for a second. 4 Lilith Loop decks out of 48 decks. One of the Lilith Loop decks was the deck that absolutely demolished me on stream with the Cerberus engine. But besides that, just Lilith Loop stuff, Anubismon, Gallantmon, something else. But yeah, Lilith Loop, still represented, still a good deck. It makes sense as Rookie Rush is popping up, Lilith Loop would kind of pop down a little bit, because it needs its time And Rookie Rush doesn't give anything time. You can't breathe. It's like they're suffocating you over and over and over again. They just kill you. And then we mentioned Greeno TK. This is just Grand Kuagas and Nidhogg's, and you're trying to punch the opponent in the face. Yeah. What's really interesting about Greeno TK against security control, Greeno TK has access to the new Yokomon egg, I think that's what it's called. When you Digiburst, it gets plus 2,000 for the turn. So if you Digiburst everything on your Grand Kuaga stack and give it all to the Grand Kuaga, it's 13,000. It's not affected by Transcendent Sword unless the opponent has a Zord defeat on the field. That's unaffected by Ultimate Flare, which are like 4 to 8 of those deck spots, which is actually really cool. That's something to keep in mind. Now we get into the fun roguey stuff. 2 Imperial Dramon decks made it in 3 of the top 16s. One of them even won. Imperial Dramon is just really good. It's really aggressive. Thanks to BT5, we have Omnimon that blitzes, so it's an extra win button to add to those Lobomons. Pretty good. Nothing else to say there. The 1 random Diaboromon topped, came 5th at the Attack Regionals. Great. Good job. The 1 Megazoo control, just a Ragna engine with security control stuff. It's down all the way down here. Pretty good. Yellow Bushy Rush. Just basically yellow Rookie Rush, Bushy Turbo all the way. That's basically it. And then finally, Black Defeat. The deck that won the Attack Regionals was a black deck that played the new Metal Grumon from BT5, High Andromons, and Zord Defeats. And it was basically just controlling Tamers on board, which is pretty good. And the black Metal Grumon also can delete securities randomly if it can't delete something on the field. There you go, pretty good. So as you guys can kind of see here, again, at an overlap, Lord Nightmon most represented, Rookie Rush kind of came out of nowhere, and everything else is just kind of there, you know? Good representation. It's definitely not a tier 0 Lord Nightmon format by any means, but you can definitely see Lord Nightmon's putting in the numbers, putting in the work. Now we get to the fun part. Now we get to the notes. Here are some things that you may or may not have picked on from, and here are some things we're going to quickly go over, because it's important. Number 1, Lord Nightmon and Lilithmon on decline. I don't know if you guys noticed. You might have noticed this with Lord Nightmon, but the very first regionals, Lord Nightmon fucking crushed it. And then the following 2 regionals, it tapered off. Lilithmon was in the first 2 top cuts, not in the 3rd top cut. Very interesting, huh? It seems like more and more people are getting used to fighting against those decks. And if they're fighting against those decks, that's good. Why is it good? Because maybe Lord Nightmon isn't the most broken, busted, insane, like, explosive deck that everyone thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? But it's only taking 3 spots of a top 16. Is it really that much better than everything else? Based on the data, yeah, it is. But maybe we'll enter a format where in the top cut regional, the July Evo Cups or Gen Con or whatever, maybe it'll be omitted from top cut, or maybe something else will take more spots. And that leads into point number 2, note 2. Rookie Rush Rising. Rookie Rush had more spots in the top 16 of the final regionals, Pack 1, than Lord Nightmon. Lord Nightmon had 3 spots. Rookie Rush had 5 spots. Rookie Rush, guys, telling you. So, Rookie Rush is definitely popping up as a tier 1 deck. Clearly, it has what it takes to beat Lord Nightmon consistently. And that's, I guess, something we kind of knew. Like, Rookie Rush, if it can high roll really well, it'll just destroy your face, rip your insides apart. It'll be really gross. But Rookie Rush gives you no time. It just completely demolishes Lilith Loop. Completely, like, dismantles the deck, because it's just too slow. It completely takes advantage of green, unless you're dumb and play into a Nidhogg. If you're dumb and play into a Nidhogg, then you deserve to lose. But if you're not, then you're good. So Rookie Rush, I know a lot of people don't like the deck. I know a lot of people hate Rookie Rush because it's aggro, it's degenerate, but we can't discount it. It exists, it's good, it's not the most cancerous deck in existence. It's just there. Also, fun little tidbit. If Lord Nightmon took 18 spots and Rookie Rush took 7 spots out of 48, 25 out of 48 decks we're playing 3 to 4 Pulsemons probably. Think about that. Think about that. Pulsemon is probably the most used card in the meta right now. Bonkers, eh? Let's move on to point number 3 here. Security control adapting. Now, what do I mean by this? So security control got its new tools, right? It got new fun toys to play with in set 5. And a lot of people, some people think that security control isn't as strong as it was in set 4. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's technically true compared to everything else. However, you can't discount Ultimate Flare. You really can't. Just think about it. If we're playing Ultimate Flare and the meta is turning into a Rookie Rush meta and Lord Nightmon meta, people are going to max out on their Ultimate Flares. So like security control is an interesting spot because it can adapt. It can adapt to what the meta is working on, right? You saw the one random person playing the Mega Zoo control deck with the Ragna engine and the Ultimate Flares. Like, you can change the deck. You can spice it up a little bit. You can make security control tailored to beat certain matchups. And I think more and more people are catching on to that. And I'm expecting security control just to see a little bit of an increase in play for the rest of the format. Am I wrong? We'll find out. But I think security control is maybe going to go through a little bit of change. You might not see the same version every time go around. Just so you guys know. And that leads us into our final point. Shifts are coming. Let me walk you through hypothetical examples. Rookie Rush is popping off. Everyone knows Rookie Rush is now good. So what happens with purple? You think it's a coincidence that I see more and more people talking about Tactimon Turbo? Have you guys read that card? Tactimon can delete 3 level 3s when it attacks. So people can adapt. People can adapt. You can play Tactimon to combat Rookie Rush. Maybe Lilith Loop will see maybe Lilithmon being the main, but maybe Tactimon is going to be the secondary, for example. Maybe more decks will just splash in Ultimate Flare and black cards. Maybe they will. And people obviously know that, Lord Nightmon is still the thing, so maybe they'll tailor more and more deck choices towards it. Maybe if more and more people are playing the regular version with Slash Andromons, more and more people will play Green OTK. They'll play Palmon Turbo. You know what I mean? Because it's more aggressive, and it's a little more consistent, because instead of playing 3 Megas in green, you're playing 2, right? So there is that. There are random things like that. I don't think the meta is anywhere from solved. I think the 3 regionals that happened proved that. How Rookie Rush came out of nowhere. How random decks like Imperial Digimon can win a regionals, or how random decks like Black can win a regionals. You know, we haven't seen the end of it. And there's only more and more time. Only more and more time for things to happen. We still got 5.5 more weeks of BT5 meta. So, and maybe, who knows? Maybe certain stores, if there's more events, when BT6 comes out, maybe they'll do what they did, like the core TCG, how they said, like, the first regionals of BT6 format will still be BT5 only. You never know. So BT5 is still not going anywhere. The format is ever changing. People are making meta calls to address other meta calls. I can't talk. What do you guys think about the analysis of the meta? This is just hard numbers. You guys got to see everything in one big spreadsheet. You got to see how the meta has shifted. And you guys heard my thoughts about what might happen. But now I want to hear your thoughts. Twitch chat, type me your thoughts. And anyone watching this on YouTube, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think will happen for the rest of the BT5 meta? Do you think any new decks will pop up and just tear apart the meta? Do you think we've seen the end of the changes? Or do you have some other opinion of it? Let me know. Let me know. That's it, guys. That's all I got. We'll see you next time. Take care.